Hi friends! This is my first video like this. I am slightly terrified, and you may be able to tell. I have yet to learn about audio mixing and things like that. But I wanted to add a webcam so that there's more of an interpersonal feel. I don't know. I always like it when I can see someone. But today, hopefully you can tell by the title, I don't know what I'm gonna call this. We're going to be drawing a cat, or attempting to. I'm not a brilliant artist or anything, but I think cats are something that I actually have nailed down. The picture I've got is head on, but it's very beautiful. It's very picturesque. Very picturesque. So I want to just go through some of the steps with you. Please bear with me. I'm gonna do it in Clip Studio. I have a nice little tablet with a screen on, so I'm gonna be looking down here. So I'd just like to show you, first of all, how to get a good resolution, like what sort of resolutions are, and just have a little bit of a feel. I don't know what kind of sort of level or how experienced you are with anything, and you might just be doing this on paper, I don't know, but for the sake of it. So what'll probably come up when you start it, if you haven't got any presets or anything, if you haven't been doing other things, the resolution will probably be at 72 dots per inch, which is just the sort of resolution of the picture. I don't really know. You could have sort of units in centimeters, millimeters up here. I go with pixels because I find it easier. I don't know. But for the resolution, I usually go with 300 dots per inch, unless I'm doing something very intensive, and it depends on how good your PC or your laptop is, whatever you're using, as to what you kind of want, what you're producing it for. So if you have a higher dots per inch, it will take longer to save. It'll take longer to, use some of the tools to fill it in, things like that. So if you're just doing like a little thumbnail or some art that people are only really going to see on their screens, on their mobile phones or something, then 72 dots per inch is fine. This will probably be a different, see, it changes the width and the height change when you change the resolution. So if you want to change it to 300 like I am, just for the sake of it, then it'll change once you reselect A4. I think I am going to do this picture. What should we do? Portrait or landscape? It doesn't really matter, because you can always change. You can always bring up a new canvas, or even change it in the software whilst you're drawing it. But I'm just gonna go with landscape for now. I'm just gonna call it illustration 2. Well, it's the default is illustration. I like to change it whenever I can be bothered. Okay, so I'm gonna use the pencil tool right here just to do some sketching. It is really nice to sketch with. It's quite decent. If you get your tablet set up properly, and depending on the quality of your tablet, it will change the sort of strokes. So you can do very light strokes, you can do very heavy strokes. If your tablet isn't very good quality, then the strokes won't really turn up as well as they could do. But you can change. What I've got is a Wacom-1 tablet. It's basically the cheapest. I don't know screen tablet you can get, and I just bought it because I was like, I want to get on with digital art for serious, for reals. I don't know personally whether it was worth it to buy a screen tablet. It depends on what you're looking for, and especially with motivation, it's sometimes really worth it to buy whatever you think you want. The reason I have an issue with these tablets, one, it gets scratched really easily. I don't know whether it's just me, but it got scratched really easily. And it came sort of from the pen. I feel like maybe it is just me and it just sounds really weird, but I've got a bunch of scratches on my screen and it can sort of impede on my art. They're not too bad, but when you're doing when you're doing intense detail, it can get in the way a bit. Anyway, I'm gonna pull up this cat thing in. The reason I wanted to start with a cat is because they're basically just a big circle with a face, and humans, especially human portraits, that kind of thing, are very hard. Apparently to do with like the way that we see each other. Like we have very like detailed versions of humans. I don't know how it works, but like some deep psychological science is behind it. So starting with animals definitely helps. I think it helped me when I was growing up and getting into things, and I still struggle very hard with faces and even with anatomy, and I've been doing art for a decent amount of time. So this is just sort of where I wanted to start off. Now, cats, it depends on what kind of style you're going for, because you could have a cat with an oblong? What is this? What is this shape? It's got 6 sides? Is that 6? Yeah, that's 6 sides. That's a hexagon? A hexagon. I am terrible. I'm nervous. Don't blame me. Some cats have quite wide faces, Some cats have oval faces. Sometimes when I'm drawing ovals, I just like to go over it over and over again. I forgot to mention that I'm using red pencil because I'm going to use this as a base for my line art. I'm not going to use vectors because this is intended as more of a traditional way of drawing, but also because vectors, well, it's a bit more complicated. It's not too complicated, but I just prefer when I'm doodling to use like a pencil sort of thing. So cats' faces are generically quite square, quite oblong. I don't know, because you have like the little ruffles coming out here, maybe a little bit depending on how furry your cat is. You got little ears, just triangles on this side of the face up here. You got a little chin down here, like in the middle. And right in the middle, you want the nose. You got the eyes somewhere up here. And the mouth here. This is generically the kind of shape, I suppose, of a cat. A cat's face. Depending on how detailed you want your cat. Obviously, there are two sort of... I like to call them... I don't know, what kind of shape is this? What kind of shape is this? If you squished an oval on the side, if you did some squish up here, and it goes up here, it goes down here, you've got two sort of little triangles on the side, and this is the cat's eye, really. Now, another way people draw cat's eyes is by going up in a diagonal line here, like that. It's a little bit more square, because they do come down a little bit at the end here, because this is the middle, this is the end. It goes down a bit here. Tends to be quite a triangular. And this part is quite triangular, and then it comes down a bit down here, right in the corner of your eye. I don't know what everyone's eyes look like, but you have your sort of cornea. The cat's got a cornea too. They've got quite a big one. I don't know if any of you have cats, but like they get all crusty and disgusting. It's little sleepies. And then it comes up. Personally, I prefer to draw quite circular, sort of freehand, because that's just my style. But depending on what you're comfortable with, on the style that you use, or you want to go for, it could be very straight-lined. It's sort of, you know, I don't know. I can't remember any of the names of artists that do these kinds of things because I'm terrible at names. But these are sort of the different ways of doing eyes. You could also just draw a circle and then possibly just add two triangles. It is just a circle and two triangles really at the end of the day. But usually they do come down here and they do come up here. And depending on the expression the cat has, could be anything. If the cat's lazy, the cat's got his eyes closed, it could be halfway, or if they're looking up, it could be more of a circular eye. I think that's all I can say on cat's eyes really, because the pupil you could draw as a straight down line. Sometimes they're like really small, so you could put it like in the middle really small. If they're looking at lights, if the lights blaring into their eyes, or sometimes they're really big and that's a little cute cat's eye. But if a cat's eye is very big, then you probably want to get away because they probably want to fight you. They're playful. Their pupils dilate when they're playful. Okay, so back onto the face, because I sort of rushed over this because I'm terrible. So yeah, the reason I like sort of to do this sort of oblong shape is because it gives a bit more oblong. I keep on saying oblong. It's a hexagon. Is this a hexagon, right? I don't know. I failed maths. The reason I like to do these shapes is because you've got the sort of in-between nice little parallel for you to reference the rest of the face. So you want to have the sort of middle here, you know, that's where the nose goes. And sort of you divide that again up into quarters. It is quarters. Look at maths. This is what you do with normal human faces as well, so I think it's quite good practice to get an idea of sort of the positioning and like how you do the positioning on references. I don't know. Really, at the end of the day with art, it's whatever you feel comfortable doing and whatever you think helps you. That can change very rapidly. It can go all ways, you know. You a lot of the time I end up drawing an entire piece and then being like, oh my god, this is completely off, the anatomy is very bad, and then I'll go over it with the sort of traditional guides, like this little guide here, and I'll figure out the proportions from that. Sometimes when you're referencing in real life, it's actually better to go off of real life because it hinders your art process. I don't know, because sometimes things look better when they don't look like what they look in real life. And I'm not talking about like beauty or things like that, but just how you want to put them down on paper, and what you have in your head. sometimes with art, depending on what you like to do and what you want to do with your art, obviously that changes. Now I've just gone on a complete rant, but let's try and focus. I'm gonna try and focus. Gonna get this picture of the little cat. Alright, so little oblong face. I'm gonna round out the little edges. It doesn't really matter how heavy you are, unless you're doing it on real paper, because that can damage the paper. It makes it really hard to rub off. But when you're doing it digitally, it's fine because you're not damaging anything. You can just erase it or go over it on another layer. So, little cats. The mouth sort of ends where the eyes are. On people, the mouth sort of ends like in the middle of the eye. Generically, you know, like the sort of generic rules. It sort of ends in the middle of the eye, and when you're drawing people as well, like there's lots of angles for you to sort of look at in reference when you're drawing. So with cats, you know, they got the little I don't know what you call them, the little whisker part, the top bit of the mouth. You got the bottom bit of the mouth as well. You can draw two big circles. They look like a bag puss, little puss cat. And then you have. It's very hard to describe the ins and outs of anatomy and referencing. I usually will just go off of a picture. Because I find that that's the most comfortable way for me to do it. Even if it comes out badly, I still learn. You know what I mean? But if you're being pressured to do something, obviously trying to get it right the first time might be... I've been in that situation. So it's a very real situation, having to get your art right the first time. So you got a little nose here. You got the nose. It's pretty much just straight as a cat's nose. Because it comes in a bit because it goes down. And in the shading, it doesn't actually come in really. When you're drawing the shading, you want to bear in mind sort of where it comes in relation to the rest of the anatomy. I'm not sure that makes any sense whatsoever. I am not used to making tutorials. But it's something you learn through trying and error. Trial and error. There we go. Trying and error. I think I mentioned earlier that the mouth and the eyes sort of end at the same place on cats. Because their mouths are huge. Their mouths are huge. So I'm just going to pull in the eyes a little bit. And on my picture, the cat is looking up. So I'm going to draw the eyes open. To make sure that the eyes end at the right area, you can always draw a line. Digitally, this is not a problem. But when you're drawing on paper, you want to make it obviously very light. Unless this is just a study, then you're fine. But rubbing out pencil, I never understood how people can draw on paper and get their pencil marks rubbed out entirely and it'll look fine. Because I was never able to do that. Cat's eyes, when you're drawing them cartoon-like, obviously are quite big, so that would have been fine, really. Well, usually they're quite big. So that would have been fine to have them sort of huge there. And, like, you know, you can make the mouth small or whatever. But I am going for a more realistic cat look. And I'm probably going to fail. Because I am not used to drawing animals at all. I do my best. They look very evil, don't they? I'm drawing the cat's pupils very small because there's light all around them. Their skin, their fur is going to be glowing. Glowing to the gods, yes, Mal. And then I do the mouth. Little mouth here. Little mouth. Little mouth. Going up. Going up. They do look a bit like a Cheshire cat right now, don't they? I'm going to slim the face. Because cats have very slim faces. They have small chins, so this chin is a bit too big. So it needs to come in about here. This is what I mean by usually I just draw and then it comes together eventually. Especially in the painting process. That's usually when the sort of picture starts to come together and I start to know what I'm doing. I'm gonna draw a bit of the neck, which comes down about here. They've got some fur coming over the collar. Some fur coming over here. They've got a little shoulder. Little shoulder coming out here. And they've got a little leg. Little leg. So it's a roundabout. It's a roundabout. It's a sketch. I'm going to draw the rest, do a little sketch of the rest, because it makes it easier for you to be able to tell sort of where the rest of the face sort of needs to go as well. Because you get the whole anatomy and then you're like, oh, it looks terrible. You little tail. Little tail. Alright. Alright. I'm going to round out these ears a bit. Because cat's ears are quite round. These are just looking straight ahead. If you're drawing a cat with ears that are sort of going back and things like that, you could sort of just add it here. It would probably look fine if you shaded or colored it right. And when they're back though, when they're mad or about to pounce or whatever, cats probably be a bit smaller than that, like further back, you know. If you can get a good reference, probably be fine. I think this cat's face is a bit too wide for my reference here, so I'm just gonna pull it in a bit. They're kind of reminding me of, like, I don't know, like a Ghibli-esque cat character that's like always ready to beat you up or something. They're like following the main character around and taunting them with cat-related puns. Yeah, this cat has a much longer face, really. And quite a wide sort of what do you call it? Forehead, head thing. Scalp. And the eyes come out a bit as well. The eyes are much smaller. When I was starting off with art, obviously, when I was much younger, it's not very obvious, but you know what I mean. The way that I learnt was through sort of copying anime and things like that. I just get like the only manga book we had in the house and like draw something from that. So a lot of the things I do now, like when I'm sketching, like the eyes are usually too big. Like mouths are usually quite big for some reason for me, which I would have imagined they'd be small, but maybe that's just like early 2000s anime. I don't know. But yeah, so whenever I sketch, I still have so many things that I just can't get right. without going over and over it, without drawing it again and again, which is why I much prefer digital art. If I'm gonna draw something in real life, I prefer to do it digitally than first. I prefer to do it digitally first, because then I've got some practice in without wasting paper, and I can sort of just move things about, because sometimes it's just easier to make that sort of process. Cats have like wrinkles, like little, like in our ears we have like the lobe and things like that. Well, some of us do. Not everyone's ears are the same, but for the sake of this cat has the staple cat ears. So they've got like little wrinkles. They sort of come inside here, and they sort of come inside here and here. Like little lobes. Like that. This is just a sketch. It's terrible at the moment, but it's fine. It's a process. Art is a process. I'm gonna switch to the soft eraser. You've got hard erasers here. You got a nice kneaded eraser. That one does like, it takes off a little bit. It's nice for when you're doing like traditional art, like esque sort of aesthetics. But I'm going to use a soft eraser and make it very small so that I have this and I can erase some of the lines. I know, like, probably the easier way of doing this is by making a new layer and going over it. In like a black pencil or a black pen. One of the best ways, I suppose, if you wanted to do this, this fill-in mono pen's very good. It's just sort of a straight line. You can't really go wrong with it. That's very good for vectors, again. Like I said, I wasn't going to do. So I guess I'll just do that now. Sometimes I like to just make my life harder when I'm doing art, because I don't like going over things and then seeing, oh my god, it's all terrible, which is usually what happens. And it's likely to happen right now as I go over this. I'm not going to finish the lines here, because this is sort of going to be the cat's mouth, the sort of shadow up here. They have a little line going into their nose. I think I'm going to bring the nose down a bit, even though I already did up here, which I did not mention. I apologize. They have quite square noses. They are triangles. But like you see with our noses, like they go in. This is the bit going in here. They are triangles on the outside, like up here. But they do go in, so it sort of becomes quite square around here. And then they have shadows sort of at the edge. And that's it, because we have our nostrils, it's sort of indented a bit more, whereas up here, when you're doing faces, I don't know whether you can see sort of on the camera, but when you're drawing sort of faces, you have a bit more shading around here, and then you'll have nothing here really. You might have like a different colour or whatever, but there isn't any shadow. Obviously there is on this side because there's no light, but this is the same on this cat that I'm drawing. They have no shadow up here. But they don't have the shadow up here, yeah. Well, I imagine some cats might do. But because they don't have the sort of deep set eyes, they only have like that fur and then it comes out. So I'm just going to draw the eye and nothing up here right now. Because they do have small eyebrows. But I want to fill that in with, like up here. Like little eyebrows. Angry cat. I'm going to fill that in with like a darker shade of colouring. I apologise if my chair is squeaking, by the way. I have no choice about this. I need to get a new chair. Preferably one that it's nice to sit back on and I can relax, maybe take a nap. Should get an aesthetic gaming chair, just for the lols. It's impossible. I swear, it's impossible to draw cat's eyes. Oh, just eyes in general that look exactly the same first try. Because it comes up a bit here, I think, does this one. What you can do is just copy. I'll show you how to copy. So I'm just going to rub this open. So you use this lasso tool here, up here, on this thing. And then you pull this. And then you press copy, paste. And it should be there. Yep, we've got another one. And then you just right click. I've got a pen with like a sort of clicky thing on it. which is like a shortcut for it. And then you just flip horizontal. And I'm going to place this here. They look very shocked now, which I'm actually kind of living for. Oh my god, it's hilarious. I think the eyes do come out a bit further. So I am going to move just this about just a little bit, just a bit wider. I always make the exact same mistakes when I'm drawing these. When you copy something, it will be on another layer. As you can see here, this is layer 2 copy. You can just right click again and merge with layer below. And then they'll all be together. Like a happy family. Okay, so little chin. I'm just gonna draw a little bit of the chin. Just down here. I'm not gonna go into too much detail because usually you can't really see where the chin is. Again, with the mouth over here, I'm just gonna give the impression of little mouth bags that they have. There is a bit of shading around the nose as well here. There's like all sorts of shading. When I do line art like this, I tend to go in and sort of tell myself approximately where the shading is on the picture. That varies obviously from what kind of lighting you've got. There's a bit of shading around here as well, where the face sort of goes in. I'm going to sort of curve it up here, do the bit of the mouth, a little bit of the mouth, and then pull it in up here and just sort of do a rough outline, no cares, and then into the little earlobes, the little ears, and the huge forehead thing, scalp thing, little furry head, and then up here, finish the last ear, do the little earlobe things, and then finish the little round face. They have a little bit of fur coming out here, a little bit of fur where the little collar is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The reason this is looking so small at the moment is because my picture has like little glowy bits on it, if you can see, around the head. What I've done is just drawn the black bits, which it's typical me, but it doesn't really matter. Like I said, like going through the painting process, get things sort of more laid out. I am going to add in maybe bits of indications where the colour is. I'm just going to make my brush size a bit smaller. And just sort of scribble all over it. Just gonna scribble everywhere. There's little fur, there's little furs up here. Just give indications of where colour is, because there's glows up here. A bit of, you know, where the fur is, where the reflections are. Little whiskers. Got little whiskers on the head. Imagine if humans had whiskers. Is that what our eyebrows are? No, because like it comes up like they have them like here, right? Their eyebrows are here. You know, this is an eyebrow. Imagine though. Imagine how cool that would be. If you were like hugging someone and then you just poked them with your whiskers. The eyes are still too big. I'm gonna pull them in a bit. Round them out, because they're like looking up. They look kind of terrified. Which, you know, has obviously translated. I want to pull them up a bit. Ooh. And there's a little bit of cornea coming out here. I don't know what you call that. Some shadows. Little big shadows with the eyebrows. Shading up here. Shading up here. Little shadows down here. Little shadows. Lots of hair. Lots of hair. Shading. Usually when you have light coming from a source. This looks amazing. I just looked up at it on my monitor and it's amazing. Usually when you have a light on a source, you'll have the big bright stuff, you know, where the light hits directly, and then you'll have like a like darker patch, and then like a lighter patch. So this will be like bright, bright white, yellow, whatever, and then there'll be a darker black here for the fur, and then a lighter black as it comes in. It makes it look more dynamic. I don't know how, I don't know what it is, but you have like different sort of lights bouncing off of the ground and things like that, which you never notice, but they light up the rest of the parts of the face, and in this case fur, little hairs. This is a cute. I would have this tattooed. Maybe we should start like a little trend where you draw your cat like really like haphazardly, and then you get them tattooed. I don't know. I'm rambling. There's a little light bit on the top of the nose here. That can it's like the skin sort of fading into the hair. I don't really know. Sometimes there's like a little line in the middle of the cat's face as well, on the nose. This is kind of cute. I like this. I like this little raggedy cat. They've come a long way. They've come a long way, haven't they? You know, I said I was going to do realism, but I actually kind of prefer this. It's like a sort of Roald Dahl-esque. I'm just going to add in like little... Actually, I might draw them sitting down. Let's do them sitting down. They can sit down. Now I've got to approximate. Oh god, I've got to approximate where they sit, where the shoulders are. I'm gonna have them like a little bit hunched up here. They usually have like weird shoulders, don't they? Little cats. There we go. There we go, little cats. Cute little cat. Just little shading, little shading. Little neck ruffles. Little neck ruffles. Oh my god, they're so cute! So cute! This is a happy accident if I ever saw one. You're probably all like, oh my god, this is disgusting. But this is my child. I think I'm gonna give them a little bow. What do you think? Little bow? Little bow? Little bow? Little bow? I'm just gonna get rid of all these lines here when I've done. Oh my god. Here we go. This is very haphazard, but I'm living for it. I'm honestly living for it. Like, what are you doing in your life if you're not making strange art? Little cute cats. Is that too confusing? What if I just leave it like this? Little cat. I'm kind of living for it. Okay, let's try. Let's try watercolor painting. No, I've got some. This is opaque watercolor. It's not very fancy. Got some realistic watercolor, which kind of terrifies me. I've never really used watercolor. I think I might use the rough wash. Now this comes with Clip Studio Paint. Or I could use light running ink. Oh my god, look at that, it's so cute. I've never actually experimented, really, with the different brushes. As you can tell. Oh, that looks really weird. Be like really cool on some leaves. I'm going to go with, I think, rough wash though. I've just made another layer underneath this one. Usually, you can left click on it and then new raster layer and then pull it down. I'm just gonna delete that. Oh, delete. There we go. And then it'll just be below it. You're fine. Just gonna give it a rough little wash. Wash your kitty. Should be all like super artistic, you know. Look at how artistic this is. Am I a real artist now? I feel like I went too far over here, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna go over this bit here. Or should I? Was that a mistake? There's no takes backs. There's no take backs. Maybe there should be take backs. I'm gonna see what happens if I pretend that I intended to do this and maybe add some green for the eyes. See what happens. Oh, that's scary. Scary cute cat. Oh, what if the eyes are glowing? What if I make the eyes glow? I'm using chalk pastel. What about crayon? Yeah, that's not cool. What about pastel? Oh, pastel looks way cooler. I'm gonna use pastel. Oh yeah, spicy. Spicy. To make them glow. Oh yeah. What should I put on the red ribbon though? It's creepy now. I can't do like cute things, can I? Can I make it cute creepy? I don't know. I'm gonna finish these eyes and then see. Oh my god, this is so cute. Oh my god, they have like glowing eyes. Ah! I don't think I've ever made something this cute in my entire life. What colour does the nose have? What colour nose? The cat's. Oh, it's like a lighter shade of black. I'm gonna take like a grey maybe. Still use the pastel. I think I'm gonna do like some e-girl makeup and give them a little bit of blush. A bit of blush. A little bit blushing. Blushing a little bit. A little bit more, a little bit darker over here, I think. Are they looking good? I don't know. It's an experiment. And they need some more sort of like definition down here, don't they? Because it doesn't really make sense at the moment. I've got the picture up here as well. I don't know whether you can see over in the background, but it makes it easier for me to sort of determine whether something looks good or not. Which is one reason why I don't like the screen, because it's quite small, and it sort of impedes my ability. Maybe I'm just a bad artist, but it impedes my ability to see whether it's good or not. Just add in some shading, because you can't really see. I went a bit too far on the black, but I didn't want to take it back. What about up here as well? Oh, little armies. Little arms. What about the little ruffles? Little ruffles on the cat. I want an evil cat like this. It's like a witch's cat, you know? They're good luck black cats, aren't they? Does this mean that I'm gonna have good luck? Oh. You can tell I've never done a tutorial before. I feel like I should probably not call this a tutorial. Because I actually haven't really taught you anything. It's just been me yelling at the microphone for the last 10 years. Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying it? Have you fallen asleep yet? I'm low-key loving it, and I don't know why. I'm gonna put some little black fur up here as well. Should I add some light? What happens if I take this away? Whoa. What if I fade it? Ooh, what if I fade this? Which one do you prefer? It's so cute, and then I did this. What if I mess around with the layers? See, when you've got like a little thing up at the top here, you can like add some cool effects to it. Hard light is alright. A hard light was alright. It's just like a lighter version of it, isn't it? This can like really help figure out what you want to do with your art, to be fair. I use it quite a bit. I think what I'm gonna do is like tidy up some of these lines, maybe? Get rid of some of these chunkies. Is that gonna look good? I have no idea. Oh, scary. This would be really cute for like, I don't know, like one of those creepy children's books. Like Tim Burton. Just gonna add some little hairs down here. What about the bow though? The bow needs something. I'm gonna go back to the pastel. Should I give it a green bow? Pink bow? Like a dirty pink bow? Oh, you know what I can do? I can make a new layer. Choose whatever color I want. Oh, that's spooky. Just gonna go over it to define the bow a bit more so it doesn't look like the cat's just eaten someone. They look so evil! How'd that? What is this bit coming out here? I have no idea. But anyway, what you can do with this layer is change. You go to edit, you select the layer. You select the layer, then you go to edit, and then you go to tonal correction. You can go to hue, saturation / luminosity. You can change the hue of it. Green is very cute, I'm not gonna lie. I think I might prefer the green. Because it's like, oh my god, look at this bow I've got. Like, it brings out the colour of my eyes. Make it luminescent. Oh, I should have darker. Should be a little sort of... kind of green. Kind of green suits it. I have no self-restraint for this kind of thing. I just like all the colours. Should just make it rainbow, make it a queer cat. It's just toxic green. I don't know. I'm gonna go with a dark green, even though that might not be the best idea. I could add a lighter green over it, just getting the eyedropper tool. Maybe a little bit, just a little bit. Just to define it a bit more. Does that look good? Is this good? Is it good? I'm gonna make a new layer at the bottom. I'm gonna see. Whoa, that's creepy. Oh, I forgot to do the eyes. Forgot to make the eyes a different colour, didn't I? Because it's sort of transparent. You know what you can do to rectify that? You can make a new layer on top of that one that's still below the cat. And then go under it with white. I'm still using rough wash. I think this will work fine. There we go. Ooh, what happens if we make it a bit... pull it out a bit? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, creepy cat. I'm gonna fill this with black and then use this little slidey bit here to see what kind of what do you think? I'm thinking like maybe like about here. There you go. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that. I also want to go over this bit here a bit to make the eyes look a bit more, what you call it, glowy. I'm gonna use the pastel again. It's a pastel. Just gonna go in quite hard because I'll just sort of cover it. I think maybe fade out a bit. I don't know. I'm experimenting, going wild. Remember when I was talking about like cartoon cats? And I was like, I'm gonna draw a realism cat. No. It's a realism cat. It's a character from that musical. You know? Cats. Creative. I'm very inventive, aren't I? Yes. What if we can try this? Try the oh. Screen. Oh, that's spicy. Just like really glowing. Why is that so creepy? I love it. I love it. You can glow? Overlay? Should I just get rid of the lines? Or is it cute with the lines? Because the lines are too thick. I should have probably used vectors. Because with vectors, with a vector layer, you can sort of change the width of the lines after you've drawn them. But I like this. Somehow. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the tiny bit up here. The tiny bit looks cool. I don't know what it's called. It's like got a fancy name. What is it? Navigation something. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to choose things? What if I fade it a bit? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I feel like I'm overthinking this. Am I overthinking it? It's okay, because you can use this video to go to sleep. As if my voice isn't grating in your ears. Go. Here we go. We're going. Okay, I'm gonna do something with the lines, I think. I think I'm going to use blend. This blend tool is just down here, this blend tool. Because I don't really want to erase the lines entirely. I just don't want them to, you know, like, be so defined. I feel like I'm not gonna peak any higher, you know? I really reached my peak quite early. Oh, spooky cat. Spooky cat. Oh, what if I make this a contrast again? You do the glow. Because you don't have to worry about the... Yeah, here we go. Okay, but now the pupils are sort of, like, problematic, aren't they? What if I go over the entire thing? And then pull it down a bit. No, it doesn't look as good, does it? I don't know. I kind of like that it sort of darkens in here, you know? So I'm gonna just sort of erase a bit. Didn't actually erase it, I just blended it out. There we go. Does that look any better? Does it look any better? Hello? That's another thing. When do you become satisfied with your art? When does the feeling come? You can't be successful every single time that you make art. Which is, you know, I think that's common knowledge. But at the same time, it's like... Sometimes, if you hiccup even the tiniest amount, you're just like, nope. Nope, I'm terrible. Never gonna do art ever again. Not that this is terrible. Don't fight me and my evil cat. But, you know. I knew going into this that I would not be able to concentrate for that long. I need like a solid concrete idea of what I'm doing to be able to really keep the fight going. I'm gonna make this cat huge. You do that by selecting all of the layers. The little ticks here, the selections. You know, you select it and then you press this scale/rotate tool. You can also, I think, right click on it. No, okay. Well, you can't do that. Pretty sure there's something to do with that. Oh, you know what? It looks super cute. Super cute. Oh my god. What if I added a tail? How does the tail go? How should the tail go? I feel like this is a bad idea. Always too far. Always go too far. What if I just add more? There we go. I mean, definitely this is not probably the best way to be doing this. But Who cares? I do, yep, it's me. I care. I imagine if you stop caring about the quality of your art, how good it looks, like, that's probably peak some brilliant praxis. But honey. Oh my god, did that just ruin it? I don't know, I think it's cute. It's not what I was envisaging, but like, it's cute. Do you think I should get rid of this bit here? Because like, I could try. This kneaded eraser that I was talking about earlier. If you make it huge, you can sort of pull it in a bit. Oh god, look at what that's done to the quality of the painting. Oh, it looks like a ghost cat now though. I like it. What about ghost cat? I'm gonna go over here with ghost cat. Happy accidents. Come on, ghost cat. We could do this. Ghost cat, come on. Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of. Oh. Just taking a big chunk out of ghost cat. It's not good. I'm trying to get rid of that. Rid of that big pixelated mess that was just there. Okay, so I'm gonna use this bit of light here, yeah. Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, but yeah. I gotta try and balance out the edges, because the edges on the right are really nice and soft. Ooh. I'm pressing quite gently. I'm trying not to do too much damage to poor ghost cat. I'm still not happy with it. If I go in with the rough wash and the black over here, I'll overdo it, and then I can do ghost cat on this side, like over here. Maybe I should do it on this side as well. Just a light, going very lightly indeed. And then, what was I doing? Needed a razor. Here we go. Yes. Here we go. Yes. Beautiful. Is ghost cat looking good? Ghost cat looks alright. Ghost cat. Ghost cat. Ghost cat. Ghost cat. Ghost cat. Ghost cat. What if I do another layer underneath? Because I really like this little stuff that's going on. They're over there. There's a soft blade. I can like maybe use that to sort of pull it over a bit. Like, you know, when you're using ink and you got all that water on the paper, and then you do a little dab, and it leaves all of its tendrils all over the paper, and it looks really cool. Oh, ghost cat. I'm happy with ghost cat. We all need a ghost cat in our lives. Was that too much? I think I like it when it's just on the right. Yes. Oh, what if I can do some like really cool like effects with this if I duplicate it and then pull it over here and then like hurt everyone's eyes. with like color dodge, kind of glow, color burn, linear burn. Why is it hurting my eyes so much? Oh my god. Ooh. Pulling over the wrong layer. Oh, spicy. Oh god, that hurts. It hurts my eyes. It looks like old VHS. The only other thing I can think of is that, like, glitch effect, but I always forget how to do that because it's like 10 million steps and it's like an online tutorial. This is my art, you know? I'm chilling out with it. Oh my god, why does this hurt so much? You know what? What if I'm... Oh, I'm gonna save this first. Before I ruin it. Ghost. Cat. There we go. I'm gonna say merge down these layers. Oh, ship-banana. No, this isn't gonna work, is it? What if I put this one up here? No. Oh. If I just make it black, can I make it white? With tonal correction, brightness, contrast. Ooh. Oh, there we go. So then I can merge them. Sometimes when you have them at like different like types of layer, like, you know, when you change your hair. Ooh, that looks spicy. Then it like doesn't let you merge them together. It like goes all funky. I don't know why. Okay, but why am I loving it? Why am I loving it? Not supposed to love it. Oh, that's creepy. Oh. If you add too many effects, like I always do, because I like to go OP. Then it won't come out right. Probably. Depends. It depends on what like sort of idea you're looking for. Anyway, what I was gonna do was add a mask. I don't know, I can't remember how it works, but I'm gonna try. And you're gonna hate me for it because I'm taking up your time. Ooh. So it's, I think it's mask inside selection. Ooh. Oh, I think I need to duplicate the layers. And then, I remember what I need to do. I need to merge all the layers. Which you can just pull all this up. Merge them all together. Merge visible layers. This one isn't visible, so it's fine. And then duplicate that. Could make it like look really cool. I'm gonna add a new layer because I need the black underneath as well. I think that's the thing. I can't remember why. I'm doing this in such a bad way. Maybe I should do a tutorial on it later. But first, I'm going to make both of these screens, I think. And tonal correction. Change the hue a bit, maybe. What if one of them's like grayscale? 0. 0. Very complicated way to do it. Okay, and then I think all I need to do now is add. Where's add the layer mask? Is it mask selection? Yeah, there we go. And then you just draw like the sort of little, you know, like VHS stuff. You know, like that sort of like glitch idea. That's what I'm gonna do. Trying not to make it too complicated. Again, it's a staple. Make it really thin one up here. There we go. I'm just gonna pull. Ooh, that hurts my eyes. Oh, it does look 3D though. I'm gonna look up here. Too many lines. If I fade one of them. I'm just gonna go full for it. I'm just gonna go full for it. Full for it. We're gonna regret everything. I'm gonna pull up the materials that you get. This should be like paper or monochromatic. And then it should be like here somewhere. Like a VHS stuff. I can't remember which one it is now. I remember, I think maybe it was like all at the bottom. Is this it? No, it's like the other way around. How do you... Oh dear. Oh dear, am I stuck now? Am I stuck with this? I think I might be. I'm gonna try something different. Pressing back, pressing back, pressing back. Okay, I'm just gonna delete this. Oh no, did it crash? Oh, it's because this is over here. I've got two monitors up and I can't see anything. Delete. Is it because it's landscape? It's not... Ah, wood. It's because it was the wrong one. I was looking at the wrong one. Here we go, yeah. Try that. With that. Oops. Oops. Go back. 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 Ooh. Opacity. Very dark. This is like some weird Welcome to Night Vale stuff, isn't it? I feel like this is that cat. I've only listened to like the first 100 episodes or whatever it is. I can't remember. And I can't remember half of it either. But this is that cat. Remember the floating cat? This is Welcome to Night Vale's floating cat. I think I'm actually gonna leave that there. I just wanted to get comfortable with recording videos. I am obviously not very comfortable. But hopefully in the future I can just pre-record something. Or maybe I can just talk you through it. But I'm not very good at that at the moment, so I need to get some practice. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you didn't mind all of this. I hope you have a nice day. If you like this, then subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, don't subscribe. I'll see you, maybe, in the future. Stick it with me. Hey! Oh my god, I'm so embarrassing.